we start here in around 5 minutes.
Softball rules.
Yes.
Our game started.
Yeah, we have a lot of you want to watch our vlog?
Welcome. All right. Class of 2024. Our final 31 of all classes. This is one of the best parts of my job, seeing our kids celebrate. Their leadership, hard work, their grit, determination has gotten them an opportunity to move on. In college, we don't call you student athletes, we call you college athletes. Learn to balance that. College, where you will meet your future spouse. You won't have accolades. You will meet people from all around the world, different languages, different cultures. You will grow as individuals. Parents, expect those phone calls. The first couple months, I don't know about this, it's like it was too hard. Then it becomes, I need some money. Or Alana, you send the direction of how to go along. You go visit them, they have to see them, cheer them on. You'll go to places where they never pronounce the labor right, you'll lock them. And no matter how you try to change it and correct it, they will always say it's a lock, that's no labor. So expect that also. I started thinking about, it reminded me earlier this year that these students, these chosen 31, in an 8th grade on remote. They started 9th grade, like no other class ever started. And these are the ones who stuck it out. That's why I call them chosen 31. Because they are chosen warriors. This is going to be a celebration this morning. Parents, students, student athletes, celebrate this. Before we get started, move on further. 32 years ago, I was able to do the same thing. Guess I'm old. I remember telling my mother I loved her when she came my sign. But one thing I didn't do, and I should have done this, is tell her, thank you. Thank you for all the times you were in the rain, sleet, snows like I was, the times you bought me the equipment I needed to be successful. So right now, student athletes to your college athletes, turn and tell your parents, thank you. Go ahead, do it. Thank you. Go mess it up. You tell me love them too if you want to. Thank you. That's what family does. So I'm trying to figure out where to stand at. People see this way too, in an easy way. Our microphone system is not that great either at this point. All right. So how we do today is parents and students. You're going to hear coaches get up here and talk about how wonderful your kids are. But you already know that. But it's nice to hear from somebody else too. You're going to hear about the paths they've taken. It's not been easy. So not traditional. Each college that you've chosen to go to is for a purpose. Understand that you are prepared. Life has prepared you, parents have prepared you, and your coaches have prepared you. It's like South has prepared you for what's going to happen. You will be a freshman again on college campus. The coach recruited you, told you were number one. Go to college, and guess what? Now we're number one. You might be number 15. It's all right. You'll make your way in that. But you will have to bring on rise to the top. You will be that person eventually. Again, this is your celebration. This is your time. This is what we do. Give me a warm round of applause for our student athletes. Scott Jones was not able to make it here today. He is part of the National Baseball Academy, so he wanted me to celebrate Andrew Rhodes. He's our student. Again, certain paths are taken differently for the ending goal. They don't have to be traditional. It's successful. And you are successful. So, he wanted to congratulate the family and his decision on going to Baker University. There get one hell of athletes. Sorry, heck of athletes. Andrew began his natural journey in fall 8th grade. Honest hard work, perseverance has helped him. He learned to manage his time throughout high school by having a job focused on academics and working hard to make health skills. He'll be the first to tell you if he doesn't have a 95-mile fastball or the game on the line, he will give everything he has to help his team win. He's a team player. Baker University will be a player that's up to the task mentally. He uses every ounce of ability he has to help the program be successful. Only the South and Scott Jones is very proud. Thank you.
My name is Josh Perkins. I'm the baseball coach here at Olathe South, and I've got 7 young men to talk about. I think that this year we've had some adversity, and these 7 guys have been tremendous leaders that kind of keep us working through that. We're getting some guys back from injury that we've had that have missed out some of the season, but we're going on the right track. We've got the end of the season coming up. We got a lot to look forward to. So first I want to talk about Colin Guerra. Colin's going to Chipola College. It's in Florida. We have 2 young men going to community colleges, and I want to let you know a little bit about community colleges in baseball. It is one of the highest levels of baseball you can play. In baseball, you can get drafted out of high school, and if you go to a 4-year school, then you cannot get drafted again until after your junior year to the major leagues. If you go to junior college, you can still get drafted after your freshman year and your sophomore year. So there's a lot of young men that go that maybe want to get drafted and don't, or maybe they get drafted and not high enough and they want to go and get better. Junior college is a tremendous place for them to go. And Colin falls into that. Colin had 4-year offers to go play, and he chose to go play in community college. He's been a 2-year starter for us at shortstop. He is one of the best infielders we've ever had in this program. Really smooth, makes all the plays, makes his teammates better. Right now, the play, he's hitting 323. He leads our team in runs, stolen bases, and hit by pitches. He's second in the team with hits, doubles, and walks, and he has the least amount of strikeouts. So just really productive in the play as well. Great base runner. Tremendous teammate. You with all these guys out here, they're expected to be student athletes. And it's really important for us in our program to make sure that our grades are where they need to be. Colin's going to graduate with a 4.24 GPA. So, Colin Guerra. Next up is Jack Richards. He's going to University of Wisconsin, River Falls, making the trip north. He's an infielder and an outfielder for us, really one of the most versatile players we have on our team. He has the ability to come in and play infield, go play outfield. He runs the bases tremendously well, and really just a really smart baseball player. You know exactly what you're going to get from him from an effort standpoint. Really good teammate. Once again, GPA 4.1 for Jack Richards, headed to River Falls. Best of luck, bud. Next is Tim Wood. He's headed to the University of St. Mary's up in Leavenworth. He's an outfielder for us. This year he kind of came on with some injuries, diving into home plate, kind of hurt his shoulder, his throwing shoulder a little bit. So really after the first third of our season, he's been really banged up. We're trying to get him healthy. He's working really hard to try to get back with us on the field. And as soon as he can do that, he will help contribute to our team, especially as a base runner. He runs really well, really fast in the outfield. He tracks fly balls. Just really attribute to our baseball team. Tim is graduating with a 3.75 GPA and headed to St. Mary's. Congrats, Tim. Noah McCombs is next, and he's headed to Hutchison Community College. Another community college guy that's going to look to get better and maybe have an opportunity to either go to a 4-year or get drafted. Both of these guys, right now I just looked at Hutchins ranked 17th in the country as a junior college, and Chipola is ranked 20th. So these two guys are going to two of the best community colleges in the country to get an opportunity. Noah's been banged up a little bit, had some elbow issues towards the end of the fall last year, and did some things to kind of get him back right. And he was working crazy trying to get back. He was a guy last year that had the second most innings on the mound, and really we've missed him this year as being the guy to go out there and compete and give us those innings. He's played first base for us. He's hit the lineup and been a contributor there. He has had some really big hits, had an inside the park home run in a big game a couple weeks ago. So we're really excited to get him back. We know that he's got a bright future ahead of him. Last year he had 6 wins for us on the mound. So that's something that has been really good for him. Also, when you're out and you're injured and you're trying to find ways to contribute to a team, guys like Noah, they're leaders. He's been our hands down effort guy, motivator guy. Every day you show up, he's there with a smile on his face. He knows that he's not getting the pitch, but he's leading our calls. He's leading our breakouts. He's doing everything he can to be the best teammate he can. So Noah graduated with a 3.47 GPA, headed to Hutchison. Congrats. Next up, Quinton Coats. He's headed to the University of Cincinnati. He's been a 2-year starter for us, played some as a sophomore as well. He's a third baseman for us last year. This year we moved him out to center field. He's a heck of an athlete, runs really well, throws it well. He's batting 345 this year and leads our team in home runs, RBIs, and walks. He's tied for second with Colin with hits and doubles. Just a tremendous athlete, tremendous teammate, really smart kid. There's always an opportunity with a kid with the physical attributes he has and the effort that he's willing to put forward. Cincinnati's getting a good one. He's going to graduate with a 3.91 GPA. So, Quinton Coats. All right, Gavin Blachowicz is headed to the University of Nebraska. Gavin's another guy that's had some injuries this year and kept him off the mound pitching for us. He's done a tremendous job playing first base and pitching as well. But just some things from really last year. Last year he had a great season. And last year he threw 51 innings and struck out 77 in those innings. This year he's thrown his last outing. He threw 2 innings. He's kind of working his way back. And he threw 6 outs and 5 of them were strikeouts. And he's got really good fastball, really good stuff. Last year he was selected as first team All-State and first team All-League as a pitcher. Really has a bright future. I think hopefully we can get him back and maybe have an opportunity to maybe get him drafted this year. We're looking forward to getting him back more and more. But graduating with a 3.75 GPA headed to Nebraska, Gavin Blachowicz. Last but not least, Austin Gorman headed to Northwest Missouri State, going to be a Bearcat. For us, he's been a pitcher and a right fielder for us for the last 2 years. This year, with the pitching injuries that we've had, we've asked him to step up and really kind of lead our pitching staff. And he comes off of basketball. He's a basketball player for us as well. He comes off a little, he's not quite as ready as some of the other guys who aren't playing sports in the winter. But as we ramp him up and we get going, with the last few times he's pitched, he's thrown complete games. He's given away 1 run a game. He just does a tremendous job for us. You have to play that second for us, and it's a guy that gets on base for some of our to drive him in. Austin Gorman, 3.89 GPA at Northwest Missouri State. Congrats, buddy.
Girls basketball would love to celebrate Miss Ellen Anderson. So we're going to start with stats first. Ellen's been a 4-year starter. This past year, she earned second team All Sunflower League honors, honorable mention All State. She was selected to the Diarrhea All-Star team, and then she has recently been selected to the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association All-Star team to be played in Salina this summer. Okay, hold on. You gotta give it up for it. Let's go. I just like to make her turn around. Okay. If you look at her legacy here at Olathe South, we have stats for Olathe South over the last, basically since the 80s. So I just want you to keep that in mind. Ellen is 6th all-time in career rebounds with 513. She is 10th all-time in career field goals made with 325. She is 7th all-time in our How We Rate Players career grade. But this is the most phenomenal to me. She is 3rd all-time with career games played and quarters played. What does that mean? She's a stud. She's played through everything. She's resilient. She played through every injury, every illness. Ella showed up. And I gotta stop looking at you. Because Ella has been our foundation. She's been our golden retriever. She catches everything. She is there for everyone. She is the consummate leader, and she is the character of our team. Oh, my heart hurts. Oh, this sucks. Okay. FYI, she has a 3.39. She's academic all-state, so yeah. Did I say 3? Obviously 4.39, my bad.
My name is Tyler Lemke. I was the head bowling coach until recently. I have 2 outstanding, and this is a huge deal for the bowling program to have 2 signees. But I have two outstanding student athletes that we're talking about today. Our first one is Nate Ebner. Not only did Baker hit the jackpot once, but they hit the jackpot twice with my two signees. But Nate Ebner averaged 222 this year as bowling average, and actually bowled a perfect 300 game this year too, which is kind of a huge deal when it comes to that. So let's give a round of applause for that. Nate is somebody that was super excited to find out he's not at the talk or anything today, so he's going to turn around now. But myself and the other coaches that had the opportunity to coach him, he might be one of the goofiest guys you've ever met in your life. He is definitely the fun at practice. I had the opportunity the last 2 years to kind of coach with him. He always asks permission before he does something goofy. He's like, hey, is letting me get mad at me for this, and letting me get mad at me for this. So he has been a pivotal role in our program. One of the main reasons why we've had success, especially having a great finish this year at second state. But Nate Ebner is definitely going to keep continuing not only as an athlete but a student. He's got a huge future ahead of him, and Baker made a great choice with Nate Ebner. Nate Ebner. And like I said, Baker didn't hit one jackpot, they hit two. They also got PJ Dokolas. PJ this year, we call him Mr. Business. He is calm, cool, and collective. He does not show emotions a lot, but he is very, very passionate. You just cannot tell. He averaged 224 this year. He's played a pivotal role, just like Nate, in our program. He is kind of the calming aspect when it comes to practice and stuff. He is a tremendous leader. He's going to continue to be a tremendous leader, not only bowling but in life. So Baker got a great bowler, and not a great bowler, but a great human being as well. So PJ Dokolas.
All right, my name is Zach Pope, and I am the head boys and girls cross country coach here at Olathe South. I'm going to talk about two of our great young ladies who have run with us for the last 4 years. First, I have Miss Amy Gotfredson, who is going to Missouri State next year to run cross country track. Quite simply, Amy is one of the fastest girls in Olathe South history as a distance runner. She's also turned herself into one of the fastest distance runners in the state of Kansas. She finished 5th last year in the 2-mile as a junior in track, and this fall she was also 5th in cross country in 6A. Those are all awesome things. I think the most amazing thing about Amy is when she came to us as a freshman 4 years ago, she was a very good runner as an 8th, 9th grader, but she wasn't, some amazing talent. I don't think she'll mind me saying that. But what she has done over the last 4 years is just turned herself into just a distance running monster because of hard work, literally thousands of miles of running over the last 4 years. Just a competitor. She's also a great leader. The first 2 or 3 years, I'm not sure her and I have any conversations. She doesn't say a whole lot, but now she'll just chat my ear off. But she's a quiet leader, and she's been a big reason why our girls team has become as competitive as we are through her leadership, through showing up every day and doing the right thing. Like I mentioned, she's a fierce competitor in races. One of my favorite things in our meets is to watch her run other girls down the last mile. And she's as sweet as can be outside of running. But when she gets on the course or the track, she's a competitor. As well as a great student, GPA over 4.0. Her best running is ahead of her in college. She'll be running D1 next year at Missouri State. So Amy Gotfredson. And next I have is Julia Swearengin, another one of our runners that has run with us for the last 4 years, has put in thousands and thousands of miles. Julia is one of the most resilient runners I've ever coached. She's had countless adversities over the last 4 years. Always seems like just when she's running well, an injury or an illness or something will pop up through no fault of her own. But she shows up, she works, she gets better, she recovers, and she fights to get back on the track or the cross-country course. She's also a great teammate. She's always supporting her teammates, even when maybe her running was sidelined because of an injury or illness. And just a really good leader, again, a quiet leader who we can count on to do the right thing every single day of practice. In a sport that you need those kind of kids. She's remained dedicated in her running. She's had a really nice breakout spring season. Her and I have talked this spring. Her goal was to break 6 minutes in the mile, which she hadn't done before, and she did that in the second week of the season, I believe, and has gone all the way down to the 5:40s in the mile, which is incredible for her. So really proud of her for just sticking with it the last 4 years and not giving up when I think a lot of kids would have. Great student in the classroom, has a GPA of 4.0. I'm really excited for her to run in college at MidAmerica. I think her best running is ahead of her. Hopefully the injuries and things are in the past, and she's going to have a great college career. So Julia Swearengin going to MidAmerica.
I'm Hutchison, the head football coach. I'm here to present 2 players from this year, Bryce Noernberg and Cooper Warren. I'll start with Bryce here first. Bryce has been an outstanding player for the Falcons this year. For the last, I've been here 2 years, and I know that the last 3 years for this program. He was selected as an All-State player this year. He was selected as the Sunflower League Offensive Player of the Year, and he was a first-team quarterback and also a second-team punter on the Sunflower League. More importantly, he was selected as a team captain from his teammates, which to me, that's a lot more important than the other awards. Your teammates selected you as one of 6 guys to be a captain and represent them on the field. And despite all of the awards Bryce has earned and his stats and all of that, my opinion, I think the opinion of a lot of people, he's a lot better person than he is a player. He's had the one thing that stands out to me about Bryce is he's had numerous opportunities the last 2 years to put himself above his teammates and his team. Has never done that. He's been completely unselfish. He's a relentless competitor. K-State is getting a really good player. I've repeatedly told them that, so hopefully they listen to me. So Bryce will be attending K-State. He will also be representing Olathe South in the Shrine Bowl this summer. Bryce Noernberg. Cooper Warren. Cooper was obviously also an outstanding athlete for Olathe South. All of these athletes that were outstanding athletes that's where they're going to play in college. I've had the pleasure of working with Cooper for the last 2 years. Cooper was selected as a Sunflower League receiver and as a kick returner. And you guys came to games, both of these guys, I mean, there's a lot of production out of these 2 guys that we're losing that we got to figure out for next year. But was an outstanding player for us the last 2 years. Cooper scored offensively as a receiver, as a runner, and as a kick returner on special teams. So obviously a lot of variety from Cooper we can receive. And despite, it's important to me to know that like Bryce is an ultimate team player. Cooper, the one thing I think he leads with our younger players is his work ethic. In the weight room and on the field, there's some things we emphasize and things we have to get out of players here. But his work ethic, he's relentless in the weight room, he's relentless on the field. Overcame a lot of injury as a junior and ended up playing a lot as a junior also, but had to work through some injury. So that's the thing that he leads with the younger players. I hope they have seen him do that and will continue to carry that on. Cooper will be a great representative of Olathe South to Iowa Western in, I'm going to say Western Iowa, that's Sioux Falls, City area. Council Bluffs area. And Cooper's also going to play in the Kansas City Coaches All-Star game this summer, representing the Kansas side. Cooper Warren.
All right, I've got one to talk about before I do that, though. I want to congratulate our other 4 athletes that are on our track team that are going off to play or participate in other sports. Amy Gotfredson, Julia Swearengin, Bryce Noernberg, Cooper Warren. Congratulations to you guys. I'm here to talk about Emily Maggie. She is a 2-year varsity shot putter for our track and field team. She currently has a personal best throw of 34 feet, 9.5 inches. It's only hopefully going to get better as we come down to the end of our season. We've got league and regionals coming up, and hopefully she can squeak in the state. While not in track, she is an avid bowler. She was a part of our varsity girls bowling team that qualified for the state championships this past year. Next year, Emily will be attending Baker University, where she will be a member of the track and field program. Emily, we wish you the best of luck, and the future is very bright for you. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Andrew Miley. I'm the head golf coach here at Olathe South, and I have the honor of talking about two of our athletes. First up, Blake Strong. Blake's been a varsity golfer for us for 4 years. He's worked very hard to get to this point. He's a great teammate, a great leader for our program. His calm demeanor is kind of what is a lead by example type for our athletes, for our younger guys within our program. Blake is also a tremendous student in the classroom, as a lot of these athletes are. He's got a 4.0 GPA. Blake has been a part of some tremendous accomplishments for our program. Blake and Tyler have really helped elevate our golf program to almost previously unreached heights. He's been a part of 6 wins, 14 top 3s. We finished 4th in the Sunflower League for 3 straight years, and we're in that position again this year. And been a part of back-to-back state qualifying teams where we finished 3rd and 7th at state. As an individual, Blake has 14 career top 10s. He's finished 2nd in tournaments twice, almost won 2 tournaments. It's not an easy thing to win a golf tournament at the high school level. We typically play with about 70 to anywhere to 150 players in a tournament. He's finished twice. Both times, unfortunately, it was his brother that won the tournament. So very competitive back and forth between the two of them. He has a career scoring average of 80.6, and he's been steadily improving that this year. His scoring average is 75.7. A tremendous season he's put together. And maybe the thing I'm most proud of Blake about is when he finishes his career here at Olathe South, he will be number 2 in varsity appearances, just showing his tremendous consistency for us. Blake will be playing golf next year at Dodge City Community College. Blake Strong. And next we have Tyler. Tyler once again has been part of our program, our playing varsity for us for 4 years. Interesting fact about Tyler, for 4 years he has played our number 1 position. He's never appeared in a tournament that he wasn't our number 1 golfer. I talked about consistency with Blake. The same thing goes for Tyler as well. Tremendous consistency. Tyler's also a really good teammate, a really good leader, a little bit more vocal than Blake, but they're both very, very competitive. And the thing that I think Tyler leads for our program and has made our program better is his competitive maturity. He's a very mature competitor, and very even keel whether things are going good or going bad on the golf course. And that kind of sets him apart from other players that have as much talent as Tyler, but Tyler consistently beats them with his maturity. Also a very good student, unfortunately not quite as good as Blake. He's got a 3.97 cumulative GPA. I kind of went through our team stuff. Tyler obviously has been a part of all of that as well with Blake. So moving on to some of his individual accomplishments. He has 21 top 5s, including 6 career victories, which puts him 2nd all-time at Olathe South. His career low round, 69, is tied for the lowest round in school history. He's earned 2 medals at the state tournament. His career scoring average is 75.3, and he's going even lower this year. He's got a 74.5 career average. He's got an opportunity, if he finishes well, to be the lowest career scoring average in Olathe South history. When he finishes his career, Tyler will be number 1 all-time in career appearances. Once again, tremendous consistency from both Blake and Tyler throughout their careers. Tyler will be playing golf next year at Kansas State University. Tyler Strong.
Hello, my name is Gotfredson. I'm head coach for the Olathe Lacrosse Club. Lacrosse is a little bit unique. I'm affiliated with the school, so you see a couple guys walking around in orange and blue. It's our team colors. Nothing personal. Two young men here that want to play college. Start with Jack Conley. When I first met Jack, he was about this tall, maybe about this big. Okay, here we are, your senior year. Muscle for the mullet. So proud of you, man. Jack came to us as a lefty, being a lefty in the process, pushing attack positions for a pivotal spot. He jumped at the gun to be the best that he could, to push his teammates, have his teammates push him. And very proud of him for playing in college. Last year, junior, racked up 60 points, the most on the team, I believe. And then this year, he's pushing 50, just recently eclipsed 100 points in his career. He's going to play lacrosse at Henry University. Next up is Mason Schukagel. Mason's story is a little different. He came to us his junior year after being a swimmer here at South. He saw the sport, wanted to try it, fell in love with it. He came to the team, and we already had 3 or 4 other Masons on the team. So adding another didn't confuse anything. Eventually we started calling him Shoes, and he's been able to roll with it. Although his career's been short, he has been a constant teammate, a constant player. Any player that has come through in the last couple of years can never say they haven't been an interaction with Mason. He's there for his younger teammates. He's there to push his teammates that they maybe play a little bit more, but he gives his best every time he's on the field, whether it's practice, it's games, and I'm sure it's everything else. He's going to play lacrosse at Taylor University.
Hi, my name is Corbin Warner, and I'm the head girls soccer coach here. And I have the privilege to talk about 3 incredible young ladies right here. The first one that I'm going to start out with is Sydney Robinson. She's going to be attending William Jewell. She's a 2-year starter and an incredible center back, definitely a rock in the back. And our defense is not complete without her. She is a hard worker, she is very gifted, and she also helps us get our attack started. And so she's going to be very missed next year, but she's going to do some great things in William Jewell. So thank you. The next 2 I get to talk about, these are the 2 biggest heartbreaks this year, with both Lydia Klein and Brecklin Hardman. I'm going to start out with Lydia Klein. She's attending Northwest Missouri State, and she's recovering from her ACL, and very missed. She was one of the toughest competitors I've ever met. Somebody I would not want to go against when she's on the defensive end, because she's just one tough woman. But she's a very great leader, and she's been to everything, and she continues to lead. She's also starting to get back, and I cannot wait to see what we do in college. Thank you. And our last one is Brecklin Hardman. Again, the second biggest heartbreak with recovering from an ACL. We missed her attack this year. She is a very gifted player. She has one of the best shots on the team. And we definitely miss you on the offensive end. She is also one of the toughest players I've ever coached. I mean that in a very good way. And so I have never met somebody more physically tough than her. You definitely play American football, I think. But she's going to be a great player. She's going to do some great things at MNU, and I can't wait to see what you do. Thank you.
Coach Guido, and soccer coach at South High School. We're here recognizing Diego Kennedy, and with him is Mom Kelsey and Father Orlando. I point that out so if you know Diego, you know that he's a soccer player, and you know the family's really important. They're always in tow, the whole crew, see his games. He's a 4-year varsity player, Lake South. Got part of his season cut short, but Lake East made it their goal to take him out of the game. And then fortunately, that took him out of several games after that. He worked really hard, kept leading the team. One thing he did a great job for us this year, having been the young guy with a bunch of old guys for his first 3 years in high school. He did a really good job of bringing in a young team and made a good leader and not taking his chance. So often it's like, now I'm in charge, you guys are going to be my Whippy boys. He's like, no, we'll lead by example, bring them all with us. And he's got a really good career at Quinton College and that's Kansas. Congratulations, Diego.
Our softball program has two incredible young women as seniors this year, both of which we are celebrating today. I'm going to start with our senior catcher and outfielder, Addie Lutz. Addie has been an amazing student athlete in our program over the years, maintaining a 3.3 GPA. She is an all-around beast on the softball field. Offensively, she can do it all from the left side of the plate, and she can hit for power, slap, and is a small ball specialist, which makes her incredibly difficult to defend. Defensively, she can truly play anywhere on the field and has been amazing for us behind the plate and in the outfield. Her softball IQ is second to none, which is especially huge when she's behind the plate for us. Her speed and ability to get a good read off the bat, coupled with her strong arm, make her a game changer in the outfield. Addie truly is our hype girl. She's always bringing the energy and celebrating all the small wins for not only herself but her teammates too. Because of this and her on-field presence and the fire she plays with, she's been a great leader for our program over the years. Addie has had a great career here at Olathe South, earning an All-Sunflower League second team catcher honor her junior year and an All-Sunflower League honorable mention outfield honor her sophomore year. She stepped up for us in her role as a leader in a major way this season after suffering an ACL injury back in October. This is no easy feat, especially in an athlete's senior year, and although I know it's been a challenging time for her, she continues to show up for her teammates with all the energy, the smile, and a positive attitude day after day. Her resilience and determination to get back to the field has truly been inspiring. I have no doubt that she's going to come back even stronger than she was before. Today we're celebrating Addie's signing to continue her academic and athletic careers at Hutchison Community College. I know she's going to have an immediate impact on their program, just as she did on ours. Addie, thank you for everything you've done for our program over the years. We're so proud of you. Next up, we have senior pitcher, Riley Braden. Riley has been an amazing student athlete for our program over the years as well. She is ranked 60th in her class of 444 students with a 3.97 GPA. She has been an amazing leader on and off the field for our underclassmen. She leads by example and is always a great teammate and willing to do whatever it takes to help her team compete, including playing through injuries and putting her body on the line. Defensively, Riley has been a powerhouse on the mound for us. She has such a commanding presence. Her velocity, pitch movement, and ability to disrupt batters' timing has made her a force to be reckoned with. The Sunflower League is full of offensive talent, and Riley continues to put us in positions to win ball games day after day. There's no one else I want on the mound facing the best of the best. Offensively, Riley flat out competes every pitch. Her strong understanding of the strike zone allows her to go to the plate confident, and she consistently gets barrels and puts pressure on defenses. Riley has had a tremendous high school career, earning an All-Sunflower League second team pitcher honor and 6A All-State honorable mention pitcher honor her junior year. We're so excited to see all she accomplishes this year and the years to come. Today we're celebrating Riley signing to continue her career at Rockhurst University. Thank you, Riley, for everything you've done for our program. We're so excited for you.
Hi, I'm Colin Fitzgerald. I'm our head of men's wrestling coach here at Olathe South. Today, I got an honor of talking about 4 fine young men who are going on to wrestle at the next level. But before I do that, I just want to say congratulations to all of you guys. The fact that you're at this point, signing to go play college athletics is rare, and it makes you special. And especially these 4 young men that I'm going to talk about today. Because our program makes our money, it's built on kids that have never wrestled before high school. So we get them as freshmen, and we bank on them having an outstanding freshman experience and a new sport that's different and it's very challenging. Well, if you can recall, 4 years ago was 2020, and it was COVID, and it was the weirdest wrestling season of all time. So as I look back on the journey that these four gentlemen have had, it's rare that they made it through 4 years of high school wrestling. It's rare that they made it to their sophomore year of high school wrestling, because that first year out of the gate was really odd and really weird for them. But they turned it into something special, and all four of these guys have leaving a huge mark on our program that won't be forgotten anytime soon. So first up, I'm going to talk about Memphis Shoals. Memphis is headed to Avila University. He was an outstanding student, outstanding leader here at Olathe South for us. He was a two-time team captain. He was a three-time state qualifier, and just a perfect example of what we're looking for in a kid. He's always doing the right thing. He's always doing what he's asked to do by his coach. Leads by example, but it will also jump his teammates if they need to do that as well. So Avila's getting an outstanding young man, and we're really, really proud of him. Memphis Shoals. Next up, I have Logan Sell. And Logan is headed to Friends University down in Wichita. And Logan's, like I talked about, all these guys having a unique freshman experience. Logan didn't even come out for wrestling until the sophomore year. Circumstances happened that he got thrown into the fire right away. He was a varsity wrestler from the jump. He wasn't ready to be that, but he never complained, he never whined. He just showed up and put in work every single day. And I can honestly say I don't know if I've ever coached a more improved kid from the time he came into our program to the time he graduated. He ended up being a two-time team captain. This year he was a state qualifier, he was in the blood round. He won over 30 matches, just outstanding growth. And I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon. So Friends has a really special one on their hands, and Logan Sell. Next up, I have Jeremiah Sanders. That's it. If you know Jerry, you know he's a blast to be around. So we're certainly going to miss having this guy around. But like I said, freshman year is kind of learning the ropes, minimal wrestling experience coming in high school. But by his sophomore year, he found his way into the varsity lineup. He was a 3-year starter for us, a 3-year state qualifier. He's been in the blood round down to the state tournament. He's a hard-nosed, tough competitor. He's a pinner. Okay, so Avila is getting an outstanding young man and a blast to be around. Jeremiah Sanders. Last but not least, I got the big man, Jaden Berry. Jaden is heading down to Cloud Community College. And when, a lot of this talk of mine has been about unique starting to their wrestling careers, well, Jaden had one of those. Did great success as a freshman, but it was a weird season. His sophomore year, he had a really bad concussion coming in from football. So wrestling experience-wise, he was in our varsity lineup, but it was touch and go. I remember sitting at the league tournament with Jaden and him saying, I don't want to wrestle anymore. I said, well, we'll get through the season. We'll talk about that later. Well, we convinced him to stick around, and my goodness, was that a great decision on his part and great for us. Jaden became a staple of our program. This year, he was in the state finals. He's a two-time state qualifier, state finalist this year. He led our team in takedowns. He led our team in pins. He led our team in victories. He's got nothing but tremendous upside, and I cannot wait to see what he does at the next level. Jaden Berry.
probably should have been closer to 165 or 170, but we know all too well, like Coach Vince just talked about, what going to do athletics and the availability of competitions for her freshman year. She's a two-time national champion, multi-time All-American, and never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be coaching a four-time state champ, let alone the first ever doing that in the state of Kansas on the female side of the sport. Call it what you want, but I call it one of the greatest high school wrestling careers ever in the state. Cole also learned how to become a great leader along the way. She was a three-time team captain, and because of her contagious dedication to the sport and influence on her teammates, you can bet there won't be a blank space on our wall of champions after she's gone. She's left a tremendous mark on our program, and I know she'll do the same with them. One of the few Division I women's wrestling programs in the country. Prom queen, female athlete of the year, Nicole.
All right, so the moment we've been waiting for. Parents are going to stand up, we're going to have them sign now. Take a picture. Students, in and out. Coaches will take a picture also, that's fine. All right, on three. One, two, three. Before we move on, Ms. Gonzalez, Janessa, could you stand up? Janessa Gonzalez over here, waving in. She is responsible for all these things. Anything to do with sports, contracts, setting some things up, sending out emails, that's her. That's not me. That's her. So please give her my applause. She also wanted me to tell you guys a little silver card holders. Please leave them at the table. We can make those and use them next year. So we appreciate that. Also, we have kids going back to classes, but parents, feel free to go in the South Band in the back. Take pictures, come down if you guys want. Say congratulations. 2024, special 31. Thank you guys.